Eastern Reception and Diagnostics Center.
This call is from a correctional facility and may be monitored and recorded.
To accept this free call, press 1. To refuse this free call, press 2. Thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now.
Y'all busy?
Hey, Jeff, I got a few minutes.
How you doing today?
Hey, I'm doing all right. Thanks for asking, man.
How about Erin?
She's doing good. She's doing good. Thanks for asking. And I think she just told me about 5 minutes ago they came back with a verdict on the Bundy thing and said something about a hung jury, a mistrial.
Oh, really?
It's called a mistrial, and I don't know what the difference between a hung jury and a mistrial is.
Yeah, she's saying that the word. Yeah.
Yeah, a hung jury is they couldn't get all 12 to agree, so they automatically call a mistrial when that happens.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it appears they couldn't get everybody to agree, so I don't know if the prosecutor will be granted permission to retry the case, and you know, they'll keep.
Well, it's totally up to her or to the prosecution whether or not they want to retry it.
Oh, I see.
And then, of course, they can hold them. You know, I mean, they don't have to let them go.
Right, right.
So, you know, in my case, you know, I wanted a hung jury. You know, because I'd rather have to wait another year for another trial or whatever than finality of 30. But you know, it's a good sign. It's not exactly what we'd want. But it's encouraging to think that they didn't have much of a defense to begin with, that at least one person on that jury, you know, decided not to go with the program.
Yeah, it's certainly better than a conviction.
Sure.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, and it was that trial, you know, from what I know about it, you know, obviously I'm on the inside here, not knowing anything. But from what I understand about it is the judge was certainly the prosecuting attorney, too.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And for even one juror to see through that is encouraging.
Oh yeah. Lots of times, all 12. You know, on your case, you had 10 women, right?
Oh yeah.
That probably.
And 5 of the 12 people on the jury had friends or family in law enforcement that they admitted to.
Wow, insane.
And they were still seated.
Yeah.
Jury pool. There was, you know, 2 or 3 people who didn't even live in the county, so they would automatically be out. One guy I went to church with, he was in a jury pool, and he had 8 felonies pending. So how does he even get in the jury pool? Of course, they kicked him out. You know, I mean, what they did with my pool is, you know, they just packed it with their supporters.
Right. I don't think having. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was far from a fair trial.
Right. Yep. And I know I read, just to let you know, I finished reading all 63 pages of the sentencing transcript into YouTube. You are an incredibly bold and courageous individual, Jeff. I mean, some of those, when you told your side of the story, I mean, it was like, you know, let the heavens fall. I'm going to tell the truth, and you're going to hear it. And it was something else, man. I wish that judge would have done the right thing right then and there and just set you free, because that would have been the right thing to do.
Yeah, but he was, you know, he was a retired judge. They brought him in special for me. Every time I've ever been before the court, even on a misdemeanor traffic violation or whatever, they always brought a jury, a special judge into any case I had.
Yeah, that bringing a judge out of retirement is exactly what they did in Schaefer Cox's case. It seems to be like a tactic that they use, because sometimes these federal judges, they know the system is so corrupt that they don't want any part of that particular case. So the judge in retirement, he ain't got to worry about being impeached, you know.
Yeah. You know, they're never going to lose their pension.
Right.
You know, I mean, so that's their typical standard MO, and they pick their guy. You know, I've been a quote unquote war with the judicial system in the state of Missouri for a long time, and I'm one of the only ones who would actually speak out about the corruption and the cronyism, and you know, I mean, it's just it was horrific what people have to go through. Yeah.
Hey, I'm sorry. Go ahead, but I got a quick question for you.
No.
Okay.
Go ahead.
No, I read the 63 pages, and this is going to be really hard for you because you're not looking at the same page I am. But in the sentencing, you mentioned something about a video that You said that the judge, did you instruct the jury to disregard the video when they went out? Was there a particular video that they played?
Oh, yeah.
Which video were you talking about?
The party's over video. Have you heard of that yet?
No, the party's over. No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, it was posted on. It's on my YouTube channel if it's still out there. Okay.
Okay.
And I lost it one day, Rudy. I mean, I was cussing them. You know, I mean, on this video we were talking about Constitution Day and where we were going to occupy their courthouse, and that's what brought them to my doorstep.
Gotcha.
You know, to begin with, and it was posted on 8/16 of 2012, and that got played to the jury a couple times. I made the video. I went and put subtitles and, you know, the little captions on there to explain it further. The video got played. I never got to explain what the captions meant. And I mean, that was the video that started it all. I call them all a bunch of MFers.
Okay. I got you.
Stupidest thing I ever did. You know,
well, but it's still not a crime worthy. But Jeff, it's still not a crime worthy of even one day in jail. Let me say this too. I don't know if you heard of Fisher of Men, Matthew Bryce Quellar, but he's a friend of ours too in Las Vegas, Nevada, and he did something where he got inebriated. I mean, we're all human, right? We're all human beings.
Yeah.
He got in front of the camera and he railed on traitors in government and Satanists and, you know, pedophiles and there's nothing. I mean, there's nothing illegal about what he did. Now, people can say, well, it's not the best Christian behavior, and that's their opinion, and they have the right to have that opinion. But it's not illegal behavior, right? And you know, Interpol called the Las Vegas Police Department, had a SWAT team go into his house. He's now looking at, you know, many years in prison, and they SWAT team raided his mama's house, and they put it all over the you know, Las Vegas news agency that he's a domestic terrorist. And I haven't even seen the video of what you did, Jeff, but I can imagine. But it doesn't sound like what's not done anywhere in America, and it certainly doesn't sound like illegal behavior, you know.
Well, no, I was acquitted of that.
Okay, there you go. There you go.
You know, I mean, the judge actually acquitted me of that. But he had an opportunity about a month before we had a pre-trial hearing.
Okay.
Where he should have dropped the charge then because we didn't put anything else forward to make him change his mind.
Gotcha.
He wanted that video to be played because it would prejudice the jury.
Right.
Okay, and when he acquitted me, Rudy, he didn't tell the jury to disregard the video. My lawyer didn't ask for a mistrial. A mistrial should have been happening right then and there because they saw the video.
Right.
Okay, and they saw the video. It was played 2 or 3 times, and he didn't put me on the stand to rebut it.
Wow. That's insanity. You know, the jury should have never even seen that video. It wasn't even relevant to what happened that day when you pulled up at that gas station. I mean, that's insanity that they were even allowed to view the video. It had nothing to do whatsoever. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, it was told, you know, I mean, and we tried to sever the charges. They tried me on 8 different charges at the same time.
Wow. Yeah.
And, you know, I had a morphine pill, so I'm a drug addict. Yeah. Okay. You know, I had this video out, so I'm a domestic terrorist or whatever.
Right.
You know, they had the two charges of attempted murder on the cop and 2 charges of armed criminal action. Those are basically the same crime. You know, I mean, double jeopardy.
Right.
Now I was acquitted of assaulting one of the cops, Mertens, but they got me on the other cop, Folsom. And Rudy, I could take you through the reports, and you've got them if you got into the cloud. But you look at his, there's CDs, Folsom actually telling his story to the investigator for the Highway Patrol. And he uses 572 words, and I remember I counted the words out. 572 words to explain what happened in 12 seconds.
Wow.
13 seconds.
Yeah, and you got the whole thing on video. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a short story.
Yeah.
I mean, this man could have wrote a novel. You know, I mean, and so, but he claims that he told me to get my hand off the gun. That's not on either of the tapes, because he didn't. He told me he had papers for me to sign to take back my computers, and that's not on there.
Yeah.
He admitted at trial, and my lawyer asked him, why didn't you tell him to take his hand off the gun? And Folsom admitted at trial, I didn't have time to. Never mind his reports where he told me to take my hand off the gun.
Yeah, yeah.
lawyer doesn't make a big deal of it.
Yeah.
You know, had I been trying this case myself, I would have laid out every lie they said. From the time I got to the gas station on a ruse, which is a lie,
Yeah.
I've been ordered to give your stuff back, up through his reports, you know.
Yeah.
There's a half a dozen lies. He says that when they came and raided my house and they found the gun, it was in a black holster.
Yeah.
You know, and you've seen the picture. It's in the green holster in the drawer.
No, he impeached himself repeatedly and repeatedly and repeatedly. You call that out at your sentencing hearing, and yet your lawyer never brought that up. It's just insanity, man. It's absolutely insanity what happened. Quick question for you. That sentencing transcript, it's 63 pages. I read it into YouTube. I think everybody should listen to that, Jeff, because you really get a chance to lay out your side of the story. And that judge, I loved how you told him, Lan, like, you know, you're just as guilty as they are because you know the truth and you know I didn't hurt anybody. Where's the victim? But my question is that, like, sometimes in these state courts they actually record the audio, and I would love to get my hands on the audio of you telling the judge all this with your own words if it's been recorded somewhere, you know.
You know what? I'm sure it was recorded. I think the only way that you could get that audio is file a Freedom of Information request.
Okay.
You know, it's called the Sunshine Law here in Missouri.
Okay.
I asked for cameras to be allowed into the courtroom.
Yep.
And they denied that.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the day I get convicted, the local newspaper, he gets a camera in there. Of course, they're all they're all buddies. You know?
Oh yeah.
You know, I mean, I was painted in the newspaper as being an anti-government radical.
No, Jeff, and let me just quickly say while we're on this topic, I see it over and over and over again. It happened up in Alaska. It happened in Nevada. It happened with you. The law enforcement officials, they have unethical, and I would even call it illegal, relationships with the media, and they say, come in here and demonize this guy for us so that it makes us look good, and it happens over and over again. They somehow got some kind of, you know, illegal, unethical relationship with the media and law enforcement, and they know how to play their game of making you look like a bad dude, a domestic terrorist, you know.
Well, you know, the local newspaper up there, Rudy, I had a history with him because he at one time, I had a broadsheet paper called The Provocateur, and he at one time printed that paper. He did it for about a year, and I had a monthly edition that would come out. But then he contract to print the Missouri Lawyers Weekly, and they told him that you know, you got to make a choice between Weinhaus's rag or our paper.
Yeah.
And of course, it turned out he's a lawyer too.
Oh gosh, yeah. Hey Jeff, quick question for you. Do you think when we get to heaven that there'll be even one lawyer there? You don't have to answer that, but I'm just curious because I've never met a good one. I know you think you got a good one. I pray to God that he's the exception to the rule, but I've never met a good lawyer my whole life, Jeff. I've never met one.
Well, you know what? The standard to get to heaven, Rudy, is believe on the Lord
Amen.
Jesus Christ.
Amen.
You and your household will be saved.
Amen.
But as far as receiving rewards or ruling and reigning with Jesus Christ in the millennium, or having any part of an exalted position in the kingdom, receiving a crown, I seriously doubt there will be. But you know, as far as entrance into heaven, I always kind of wondered how people could claim to be a Christian and walk carnally, walk in the flesh and not in the spirit. But once you realize that your sanctification is a work in progress. Yeah. You know, you're justified just by believing on Jesus Christ.
Amen. You're right.
But you're sanctified by doing the will of God.
Yeah, amen. You're right. You know, I loved it when you asked the judge, how are you going to go home tonight and put your head on your pillow knowing what you know? And I've just told you everything you need to know about how they lied repeatedly, and you know that I didn't go hurt anybody, and you're going to put me 30 years in prison. I loved how you told him that because he is just as guilty as the other guys because he participated in it. You're right. You're right on the money, man.
Well, yeah. I mean, he might as well pull the trigger, too.
Yeah. Yeah, he's covering for him. He's letting them get away with it. Not only are they getting away with it, but you got to pay a 30-year penalty of, you know, which I'm praying God Almighty works a mighty miracle. But it's worse than that. Just they got away with attempted murder. It's like they punishing you, you know. So
well, yeah, and you know, I never realized until I read that book that you gave me about the kennel that God's law doesn't require a prison sentence.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah, right. It's 40 lashes or death. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's got other ways to punish it. Now all the heathens around there had prisons, you know, but you know, God's way is not having to be in a prison.
Yeah. Amen. Amen.
And I can't tell you how many people have said, "Oh, you're in prison," because that's where God wants you to be.
No, no, no. God wants us to be in the Garden of Eden, brother. You know?
Yeah. You know, I mean, and so, I mean, especially my brother. You know, God bless him.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you're still there because you got to learn something.
No, no,
you know
no,
what I mean?
no.
But that's not the way God operates.
No.
And Rudy, I didn't realize that until that Ken Hovind book. You know.
Well, praise God. Yeah.
And I mean, it's a great read. I got through it pretty quickly, and you know, it is what it is. But I think everybody who's involved in the prison industrial complex, from you know the department director to the state legislature, all should have a copy of that somehow, some way.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
It's hard to fight. It's hard to fight City Hall without a budget.
Yeah, I know, man, I know. But we got the truth, and we got, you know, if God be for us, who can be against us?
Well, you know, and He will provide the resources. I mean, He's put me in a position, Rudy, to where I stand to gain a substantial amount of resources. Should they, at the end of the day, and I think that's why God's allowed all this to happen. I'm going to go after $10,000 a day. That's what they pay the. That's what they pay the hostages that were in Iran. They just recently settled with their families at $10,000 a day. So.
I can't think of a better guy who would know how to put those resources to use than you, because of what you've been through. And I have no doubt you would be very imaginative about how to correct some of the injustices in our system if you were, you know.
It's a matter of educating the public.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's what I always attempted to do, and I had a very small footprint. You know, I mean, I only covered probably, you know, one. I did it in 3 different counties, but you know, I didn't print a lot of those. I think most of my press runs were in 2,000. Now, when I was doing my bigger paper, they were up around 20,000.
Yeah.
But you know, it was. It didn't have a big footprint, but I knew how to get it into the right hands.
Yeah. Hey, Jeff, I may have to split here for some other.
Okay.
Hey, but real quick question: if I was to call the courthouse that you were tried in and ask for that audio with the Freedom of Information Act, what courthouse would I ask for?
It's the Franklin County Circuit Clerk. And I even got their phone number.
Oh, good. Okay.
Right here. You know, matter of fact, I got their phone number.
I want to get your words saying what you said. I think that'd be one of the best audios in the history of the world.
Yeah. Try 636.
Okay.
583.
Okay.
6303 or 636 583 7356. And the clerk of the court is named Mr. Miller.
Okay.
And Mr. Miller is also the person who runs the newspaper.
Okay.
They're not the same. They're not the same. You know, I mean.
Okay.
I think they're brothers.
Oh, I see.
You know, I mean,
I see.
yeah, I mean, there's some relationship there. I mean, it's a small county, and you can't tell me. You know, I mean, they play it off, and they don't want people to realize, you know, they're all cronies. But you know, I mean.
Yeah.
Or you can call and I don't have their phone number, the Office of the State Court Administrator. But next time I talk to Warren, I'll see if we can get a copy of the audio.
Yeah, I really think.
How long did it?
Yeah.
How long did it take How long are the YouTube videos?
It took me over an hour to read all 63 pages.
Okay.
Yeah, and what I would like to do is I would like to just somehow cut it down and just have your speech, because I read the whole thing, man. Everything the judge said, everything the prosecutor, the defense attorney, but just your speech probably was a good, 25, 30 minutes. But man, yeah. I'm telling you, it was powerful, Jeff. I mean, the Lord must have been, speaking through you that day. And I would love for the world to hear your words speak what you did that day, because it was incredible, man. It was like, wow, this guy's laying it all on the line right here.
Oh, I appreciate that, Rudy. I really do. And it was all God that day, because I certainly couldn't, my family, there was about 40 people in the courtroom with me that day to support me.
Yeah.
And at the time, when he actually sentenced me and the gavel fell, about 10 of them said, hey, this is not right. This is BS. I mean, there was a small stirring in the courtroom. I would, far away from a riot or anything, but my supporters were not appreciative of what the judge did.
Right.
You know, I mean, man, in fact, after I got done speaking, you know, my brother came and said, man, you didn't even need that lawyer. You know, I mean, if I would have known. Because, you know, everybody was kind of freaked out because I got hurt. You know, I mean, I lost 6 pints of blood, ran on one lung for half a day, and, you know, I mean, it took them till the next day to inflate my lungs. So, you know, I'm not as sharp as I once was either, Rudy. So, I mean,
well, you still sound pretty sharp to me, Jeff. And I want you to know that you encourage me, and I'm sure you encourage a lot of other people. And don't give up, brother. I mean, I know the Lord has a plan for you. And you know, hey, let me ask you this too while I'm thinking about it. And I do got to go, but if I remember correctly, you weren't even able to introduce pictures of you in the hospital with like bullet hole wounds coming out, you know, 4 places. The jury didn't even get a chance to see that, right?
No, my guy didn't introduce him, and I mean, he didn't even try to introduce him. He wanted me to take my shirt off and show where the bullets went in and where they came out, because they went in high and came out low.
Yeah.
You know, indicating I was going down to the ground, even though I was saying to the contrary.
Right.
But he wouldn't even let that come in, because he said, the judge said, oh, that'd be testifying.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, I mean, so, but my guy, I blame him. He should have entered every one of those pictures of me in the ER, and I don't know if you've seen them all, but I mean, there's a good 20 or 30 of them there that don't look very good. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We live in a crazy world, Jeff, but the Lord's still on the throne, and we're praying for you, brother, and I know He's got a plan.
Rudy, we had the victory.
Amen.
Let's go, though.
Amen.
Brother.
All right.
And now, have you posted that on YouTube yet?
Which one? Me reading the sentencing hearing?
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
All I did is I put a picture of you, I put your mailing address of the prison that you're in, and then I just read all 63 pages, and it's powerful, brother. It took me over an hour, but I did read it. It's up on YouTube. LoneStar1776.com. There's a Jeffrey Weinhaus playlist.
Okay. All right, very good. I'll let you go.
Okay,
all
God
right,
bless you. Okay, bye-bye.
The caller has hung up.